Raghav was the odd one out in a family of intellectual titans. Both parents were renowned doctors, and his sisters were well on their way to emulating that success. But Raghav's story was different. In his 12th grade, he managed to scrape through the science subjects, 48 in chemistry, 52 in physics, and 56 in mathematics. Just enough to pass collectively as per the ICSE rule that required only an aggregate passing in PCM. Grappling with the shame of his academic performance, Raghav also failed to crack the state's engineering entrance exam, which required a mere 12 marks out of 960. With a feeling of inadequacy taking hold, Raghav dropped a year to brush up and muster enough points to pass the rudimentary entrance test. He managed only 13 marks on his second attempt. It seemed like a bleak future awaited him, one filled with constant reminders that he would never live up to his family's lofty achievements. What was the point? He often asked himself if he couldn't even jump such low hurdles. However, beneath the veil of self-doubt lay untapped potential. Raghav realized that his heart was never in the subjects he was pushed towards. He reflected on his interests and love for computers, a hobby he had indulged in to escape the pressure and shame. He decided to follow this passion and learned coding on his own. Raghav worked obsessively, spending countless nights poring over manuals and online tutorials. It was less about proving himself to his family and more about finding something that made him feel alive. Fast forward a few years, Raghav secured a job as a developer at a budding startup. The six-figure salary branded him successful to others, but more importantly, it was a validation of his self-worth, proof that he had defied the academic system that had once labeled him a failure. Even with his newfound success, Raghav remains humbled, admitting he can do better. But for now, he's content not to have ended up on the road, but rather on a path that was carved out of both necessity and passion, a path uniquely his own.